Now I'd like to introduce you to some very special people who you will hear from in our next video. The first four are students whose lives you've changed through your scholarship support. You'll also be hearing from several of your fellow President's Club members who will say a few words about why they support our students and the college and what it means to them to be part of the North Central family.
My name is Karina Rodriguez. I am a senior over here at North Central College. I study Spanish and secondary education, and I'm minoring in bilingual education and ELL education. My goal is to be a language teacher, whether that's English or Spanish. I love both, so that's good for me.
Hi, I'm Giuliano Catalano. I'm a secondary education and English major here at North Central. I'm involved with Junior Senior Scholars, the College Scholars Program, Sigma Tau Delta, our English Honor Society on campus, and Alpha Delta Delta, which is our chapter of Kappa Delta Pi, our Education Honor Society on campus.
Hi, my name is Michael Mays. I'm a junior here at North Central College. I am majoring in music with a minor in business, focusing on entrepreneurship. In my free time here at North Central, I like to sing. I'm a president of Voices of Praise Gospel Choir. I also like to be involved with Black Student Association, as well as the Tri Alpha Honor Society. As well, I'm a RA on campus for Seeger and Schneller Hall.
My name is Warner Hellier, and I'm a senior at North Central College. I'm studying business and entrepreneurship with a minor in social change leadership. In my previous years at North Central, I was involved in the organization Focus and Enactus, and currently I'm involved in the College Honors Program as well as Cardinal First.
Yeah, I love North Central. I'm glad to be here, and I wouldn't have chosen any other school.
One thing I love about North Central is I like how we have the resources. We have resources that are here to help you really exceed your personal best. Anything that you kind of want to do, you're able to do it. And that's one thing I really appreciate about North Central.
I love North Central College because of its people. I think immediately when you step on to this campus, you just get inundated with the energy and positivity that faculty and staff, alums, students just inundate you with joy, excitement, and eagerness to learn and engage in one another.
I love North Central because to me it embodies relationships, it embodies a network, it involves the capacity to grow. When I started at North Central, I never felt like I really blossomed in high school. I felt like I was really able to open up in college because it was a small campus, and so that network became very tight-knit. Many of the friends that I had in college are my best friends to this day. So my husband, we formed a very strong bond in college, and we've been able to live a very happy life. So I love everything about North Central and the opportunities that it provided myself and my family.
I think I'll start by saying when I think of North Central, I think of a sense of community. I think of my first experiences at North Central was mainly meeting people on campus, running into people once, and the next day they remember your name, right? So I think of a sense of community, family, some of those relationships that I developed during my time at North Central College. Those are still sort of, these are lifelong lasting relationships.
I have been very proud of the college and the way it's handled the pandemic. And it's certainly different than when I was a student or when I was a faculty member. There have been great changes, but the college is still moving forward in a good way.
When I was a sophomore, I knew that I wanted to study abroad, and I wanted to go to Costa Rica my junior year. And I come from humble beginnings, so I just knew I'd figure it out. And somebody called me randomly and said that there was a donor who'd want to fund and give me a scholarship to help cover the cost of my study abroad expenses. And it came out of left field. I wasn't anticipating it, but it was impactful for me and very much a blessing. And it allowed me to, save my finances and spend it elsewhere. So I was very grateful for that opportunity. And I knew that if I were ever in a position where I could pay it forward, that I would.
The study abroad scholarship that I received was incredible. I had never left the country except for going to Canada and Mexico. I had never left this continent. And so this scholarship allowed me to travel to Europe. and it allowed me to save up for my travels over there. I wasn't so much focused on paying for the fee that it costs to go abroad, because that scholarship helped cover almost all of it. And so for me, I was saving up money for me to travel once I was in Europe. I engaged in a culture that was different from my own, and I learned a different variation of Spanish. So that was really amazing, because I did not know those things before I went. You can't learn those things in a textbook. You have to be there. And that was really eye-opening to me, because if it wasn't for me going here, I wouldn't have been able to have those opportunities to travel and really get to engage with a community that isn't the one that I live in. I was really fortunate to receive the Taylor Study Abroad Scholarship.
For me, essentially giving means that I can leave something more impactful for this world when I'm not here, right? And so that's the more obvious reason for me, is to be able to provide that opportunity to someone who was just like myself. The first time I was able to even get on an airplane was my experiences at North Central College. We're blessed to also be a blessing for other people, so that is the reason I give.
I was able to meet my donors, and that was a very impactful opportunity for me. It was very emotional for me and for them. It was really great to put a face to a name and really engage in conversations with them, because it made it feel very real and very supporting that they were there for me and that they really believed in what I had to say when they read my essays.
Meeting the students has been such a highlight for us as well. It's one thing to donate to a college that you believe in and that you love wholeheartedly, and you know your money's going to be well spent and used wisely and fiscally responsible. So that is in the books. But then to meet the student that is receiving that award and that scholarship, and to know that their family was impacted, and to know that they're grateful for this opportunity, that's been very enriching for us. So I think that's the best part of the whole process, is coming to meet them at the end and just get to know them and their journey and their story.
We were among the freshmen who were gathered that day to be welcomed by the then President Geiger. The one thing that I remember very well is that he said, "Some of you are going to meet your future spouse at North Central." And I wondered who that was going to be. I didn't have long to wait. As the assembly ended and we left Pfeiffer Hall, I met this young man on the top stair of Pfeiffer, and we dated, and by the end of our junior year, we were married.
So 4 years after graduation, I returned to the college not as a student, but as an instructor in mathematics. I became a division chair. I was more aware of institutional needs and patterns, even with a meeting or two with the Board of Trustees, which is very rare amongst faculty. So all of that broadened my information, my knowledge of North Central, and continued to support my understanding of the college as a great institution. So that by the time I retired, there was a feeling that we should support it.
During all the years that Don was on the faculty, as he mentioned, we supported the college in whatever way we could. Our giving was limited at first because our finances were not too good, but over the years, our giving increased.
Early in our retirement, we thought we would do some serious financial planning. And so we laid out our plans for, we had enough for retirement. What are we going to do for our kids? And what are we going to do for our well-established philanthropic organizations, including North Central? So we decided recently that we would be willing to establish an endowed scholarship for students. We're glad that we are able to give back to what the college first gave us 67 years ago. I think a year or so ago, I've been looking at those life-giving members. I wonder how close we are. And we found we were fairly close. And we were in a position to fill that gap. And so we were happy to do that.
I am very thankful for all of the scholarships that I have been able to receive while being here at North Central. One, because let's be honest, without that extra scholarship support, I probably wouldn't be able to go here. Especially being able to be involved in so much and still have to do your academia, as well as trying to do internships and just be a college student, just being a person on top of that. Without those scholarships, I don't think I would have been able to do all that, because I would have been trying to focus on also working so many hours to try to supplement what the scholarships don't cover. And so I'm really grateful to the scholarships, because they allow me, most importantly, to be enrolled at North Central, as well as help me be involved in other things on campus.
To be able to say that I'm being able to engage in a private liberal arts education means a lot to me, as well as access to opportunities and experiences that I've had here. I would not have been able to do those without the assistance of financial aid and scholarship from North Central College.
So I received the Alumni Board Scholarship. It's the Howard Mueller Scholarship on campus. And one of the requirements of that scholarship was meeting with alumni, sitting at a table with them and discussing what's going on campus from a student perspective. I feel like students don't often get to network with alumni from North Central, and I think it's really important to share my experience, and just being given the opportunity to do that is really helpful for me. It makes me feel seen as a student, it makes me feel understood, and it makes my opinion feel valued on this campus.
So I've been very fortunate to receive scholarships here at North Central that have helped me focus on my studies. The power of these scholarships is amazing. I'm not just a student here, I am also a teacher. So I have practicum experiences and I have to be a real teacher to students. And so it's really hard to navigate a part-time or a full-time job while being a teacher and being a full-time student. So getting these scholarships is amazing. I get to focus on everything that I need to do for school and also finish my lesson plans for being a teacher.
And to borrow an analogy of a former dean, the winds of change will blow the tree, that is North Central College, but it has its roots well situated in the liberal arts. I like that kind of institution.
You don't have to be a wealthy philanthropist to be a giver. You can really just give out of just the abundance that you have and know that there's another student on the other end of that spectrum who is grateful for that opportunity and truly reaping a harvest that otherwise they might not have been able to reap.
Thank you. You are equipping students like myself with the ability to just be engaged citizens who are so excited and personally thankful to learn and be in an environment as safe, inclusive, and supportive as North Central College campus is. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart for including and encouraging me throughout my experience at North Central College.
Wow. Wow. What a wonderful group, right? I mean, that was inspiring to see how we're all connected to each other, how each of us help those students and their appreciation, and to be able to see our alums, those two couples, the Johnson and the Taylors, they're different ages, but they, at the heart, they were just the same. They wanted to do so much to give back, and that's really what all of you do, and we're so appreciated, and that's so appreciated, and that was really cool. And I really appreciate the alums and the students and sharing their stories.